Hello and welcome to GeekSpaceTV. I think everyone can hear everyone soon.
Hello!
Hopefully. Yay! Okay.
Hello!
We had theme music. It was really great. That theme music was an upcoming preview of LizardEats Flies' new album. Who, if you don't know who that is, she makes all of our theme songs for all of the other RPG shows we do here at GeekSpaceTV. You should check out her work. It's really cool. My personal favorite may be the one for the other show that I do, but the other ones are great too. It's fine. You can like other things. So hi, we're here. It's 5 p.m. Did you notice? It's 5 p.m. We said it a lot on Wednesday night, and so hopefully you all remembered, and we've tweeted it a lot, and we've talked about it a lot. But it is earlier than we normally do shows here because we are joined by amazing guests. Fun fact, they are not in the same space that I am in. We all have different backgrounds for a reason, and we didn't just green screen that in for effect. So we're here, and I'm very, very excited to bring 4 amazing role players from across the country to the GeekSpaceTV for a 4-week run of Clique, the best trash fire Ren Fair band that has ever played Dungeons and Dragons. Which actually makes it sound like we're actually a Ren Fair band, but we're not, but maybe we should be.
LARPing next. It's happening. Make it happen.
We're gonna go to Ren Fairs next and bring live. Actually, that gives me a really great idea. I wonder how well live D&D shows would play at Ren Fairs. Okay, anyway, hi everybody. I'm not distracted
Probably
at
really
all.
well.
I feel like it would go pretty well.
Just have to be in the same place.
Yes, we would have to be in this. Shoot, I knew there was a flaw in my brilliant plan. So I'm very excited to bring these 4 wonderful people here today, and I'll let them introduce themselves in a second. But first, some quick announcements about the Geek Space. If you are new here, hello and welcome. GeekSpaceTV is a non-profit streaming studio. We're based in the Seattle area, and we are here to promote and I never remember the actual mission statement. Inclusion and diversity and representation within gaming and geek spaces. It's great. I'm doing great. Hi, everybody. Gaming and geek spaces. So we're here and we're very excited. We also have many ways that you can support us. You're already doing one of them by being here and watching the stream. We truly appreciate it. If you can share it out on your various social media platforms, encourage other people to watch it, retweet our tweets, host the stream. That is all wonderful, great ways to spread the good word of the geek space. You can also, if you are able to do so, support us financially with donations. If you'd like to set up regular monthly donations, head over and check out our Patreon. There's some cool rewards there, as well as ways to just leave it and forget about it. Or you can donate during the show, and we do have, I believe right below my face, the weekly goals that we have. We split them into 2 parts, and that is how we pay the people who are here and pay the people who you can't see, who are running around frantically making everything amazing, and also pay things like rent because we have to. It's typically frowned upon not to. So those are all of our announcements. Let's introduce our players, and I'll have them just introduce themselves, and then we'll kind of revisit the world of Clique, and then they can introduce their characters as we find them. So I'm gonna start from the top corner and work clockwise with Megan.
Hello, I'm Megan. I'm a psychologist in Charlotte, North Carolina, working at Southeast Psych. I'm also a therapeutic dungeon master, and I am the DM for a clinical role. It's a bi-monthly streamed D&D game where all of the players are other geek therapists and clinical psychologists. So it's a lot of fun.
And where can you be found?
I can be found mostly on Twitter at MeganSciD and also at geekslikeus.com.
Awesome. Pumpkinberry, PB.
Hi, I'm PB Pumpkinberry. I can be found at twitch.tv/pumpkinberry. And I like to stream narrative-heavy indie games usually, so anything with a good story. We like to deep dive, talk about it. We will be doing because I know you guys like roleplay, we will be doing I don't know if you guys have heard of Tales from the Flood, but we're going to be doing that campaign relatively shortly, which will be pretty awesome. And yeah, that's it. That's all she wrote.
Frisk.
Hi, I'm Frisk. You can find me at twitch.tv/Frisk with 2Ks. I do various voice acting, and right now on my channel, I'm addicted to Fortnite. Who's not addicted to Fortnite here?
No one, I think, is the correct answer.
I am. I just said who's not, so I didn't speak.
I didn't even play it, and I am. And Cheryl, or Muppet Aphrodite.
Hi. Well, that's a good introduction. Hi, I'm Cheryl, aka Muppet Aphrodite, and you can find me at twitch.tv/Muppet Aphrodite or on Twitter or Medium. I'm a bit of an odd duck. I am an affiliated Twitch streamer, usually Sunday mornings around 10 a.m. Pacific, where I do half puppetry, half gaming, a lot of Stardew Valley these days, but my puppet Sprinkle and Mo would be happy to meet you during the day. I am a user experience designer at a large company from Redmond you may or may not have heard of. And in my free time, I am a public speaker and design educator going around the world teaching about concepts like designing for voice interfaces like Alexa. So you can find more information about that at ideaplats.com. And we're not talking about our characters right now, so I'm not going to talk about my character.
That's okay.
Oh, no. Yeah.
You were excited. I'm ready. And I'm Random Tuesday. You can find me here. I run games on GeekSpace, and we do other stuff on the internet. So, let's, did I cover all of our announcements, Anna?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, probably. Let's remind ourselves about the right click, the world of the right click. So a while back, this group of adventurers, this band of adventurers, shall we say, met each other. I know, I'm here with the puns, but she does that on Tad's armor. This band of adventurers met in a tavern, as adventurers are wont to do. Were hired for a job that involved rescuing someone who's going to be married against their will. And they found themselves coming up with a plan that involved pretending to be a band. At that point, they were not, in fact, a performance group. They came up with the name Right Click. And really, that's where the story of Right Click took off. And now we're going to go into a video documentary about this band 20 years later.
Behind the music.
Behind the music. That'll be season 2. And the band snuck in. They successfully rescued this individual. They had a lot of feelings about a horse that was killed. They utilized underwear in creative ways. And they escaped. And in the escape process, they did, in fact, provide a performance for the lord of this keep and his visitors coming to enjoy the wedding. And it was quite an astounding performance, quite magical, quite alluring, somewhat musical, depending on your definitions of music.
If you can call it that.
And
transcended beyond music, really.
I think they're beyond genres.
Transcendence was the first album name.
Yeah.
Transcendence. Yeah. Yep, that was it.
They're truly beyond genres as a clique. And they eventually did, in fact, play at the wedding of the individual who they freed from his forced marriage to his chosen marriage, and that was quite a lovely performance. So it's been some time since that particular rescue mission. They have stayed together, in part because they've sort of made a name for themselves as a group. They are within the sort of northeast of this continent, somewhat known. They have a kind of a cult following of people who really do like music.
A literal cult.
Potentially a literal cult. We're not going to talk about that yet. They have some very rabid fans, and that's not because they were bitten by dogs with rabies. Except that one person, we don't talk about him. And they've kind of made enough of a name for themselves that when they are in towns, they can convince taverns to allow them to stay in exchange for performances. They have been getting jobs from not just your low-paying jobs, some like good quality adventuring work, and they eventually, however, did need to replace one of the members of Right Click, Tipsy. She got too big for her breeches and decided to strike out on her own and start a solo career.
Broke my heart.
And So Tipsy's on her own out there somewhere
There's
with
no
designs.
I in Transcendence, Tipsy.
But there is an I in Tipsy. And a Y for why not. So unfortunately, they lost Tipsy, but they did find themselves a pretty suitable replacement. In fact, some might say an even more charismatic and front person replacement for their band. They found this in Lulu, or Lilian. No, sorry, Lucy.
Lucy Lucree.
Lucy Lucree, or you can call her Lulu. And so we find the right clique now. They are waiting for their to meet with someone for another job that they've been actually requested almost specifically for. Word has got to them through their various agents, which are really just people who have convinced them that they will get them jobs in exchange for some cut of their pay. It's all a little bit under the table, but it does tend to work. And
That's my favorite part of the table.
The underside. So in this tavern, in this small town in the northeast, the town of Calount, Claunt, Calount, where would we find the members of Right Clique in this tavern?
Under the table.
Where is the table in this tavern?
I mean, there's probably more than one, but whichever one has been divested of its alcohol, Honora's probably sitting safely underneath there, observing.
Is this like one of those, you're peeking out from someone's legs, or what does it look like when Honora's observing?
Well, I think the first place she'd try is if Lyra is comfortable with Honora sitting under her table, that's probably where Honora would start. But if Lyra's kind of tired up, that's okay?
Oh, she'd totally be fine with that, because she's also like signing autographs and signing whatever comes her way. So
Someone
if
brings
anybody
her...
creepy comes past asking for autographs, I will totally kick them in the ankles.
Someone brings a flagon of beer. Lyra tries to sign it.
Yeah, I sign it. It's to drink. Right. Thank you.
This is for you. So we know where Honora is. Where Lyra is signing autographs. What does Honora look like? What do we see when we look at her?
What does Honora look like? She looks like a roadie right now. Like when she's not she's technically part of the performance team, and she does kind of like a backup dancing and vocals thing, but she's more comfortable on the sidelines. So she wears her blacks or her darks, because you can't really afford really nice blacks all the time. Black clothing, that's theater blacks. And she probably has a clipboard, because I think she also aspires to the management kind of side of things a little bit. So she takes notes like she was last time, keeping little journals about folks. So she tries to be as inconspicuous as possible, but her clothing has up-leveled a little bit since last time, and she has a little rucksack, which you can imagine has that all-important spare set of clothing.
Full set of clothing, not
set of
just
clothing.
underwear.
Full extra
Always
underwear.
prepared. Always prepared. Hashtag spare underwear.
So Lyra, you said, is signing autographs. What does she look like? Where would she sort of position herself at this table? We'll say it's not at the front, it's kind of towards the back. It's a larger table, maybe a bit more of a booth.
Definitely, yeah. So one of the best seats. Ooh, I can hear myself. In the house, where she can sign autographs, and she's always very put together. I would imagine Lyra is one of those obnoxious types who doesn't have to do anything to make her hair look fabulous at all times. And just one of those, she'll wake up and be like, oh, I look a mess, but actually looks quite good usually. So
she looks like a mess, but actually very well put together all of the time.
That well together, put together messy bun.
Yes.
Oh, yes. And like the equivalent of yoga pants.
Yeah.
Where would we find Lulu or Tad?
Go ahead, Lulu.
All right, fantastic. Well, Lulu is actually over at the bar right now. She's having a nice tall glass of Chardonnay clay. It's basically a giant glass of mud. And she's
Very
just,
high quality mud.
Yeah, no, she's just hanging out at the bar, just minding her own business. Bright red lipstick, bright blue eyeshadow. She looks like something out of a sitcom. But she's very fierce looking, so she stays fierce.
What does she look like?
What does she look like? Well, Lulu is a black dragon. So as you can imagine, she's quite tall, very scaly. She's got all the scales in all the right places. She's what do you call it? She's just your typical like black dragon, except she's just a little bit more made up. She's wearing a crop top.
Polished scales?
Yes, she's very, very polished scales. She's wearing a crop top. She looks extra shiny today. She's she looks like she's had one hell of a weekend.
Perfect. Technically Dragonborn, not dragon, before people get super worried. Like, I just let a player be a dragon.
Yeah, I mean, Dragonborn means she's basically a dragon, right?
Yeah,
I mean, she's not like a ginormous she's dragon,
like a bipedal dragon.
Yeah. She's okay.
Does she have a tail?
Does she have a tail? Yes, absolutely. And it curls up.
Is it like decorated? Is there jewelry on it? I imagine there would be like, like those really good, nose rings or the rings that come. I would imagine something like that on her tail.
Yes, absolutely bedazzled.
I'm into it.
A bedazzled tail.
She's got the jeans and what do you call it? Like the little wallet with like the chain on it.
Yeah.
She's rocking one of those. She still thinks it's in style, even though it's like not. But she's totally rocking it.
She makes it in style. Like when she wears it.
She is style. She's a trendsetter.
Classy throwback. And Tad, in comparison.
Yes. Well, Tad is small compared to everybody else here, I'd say. Oh, except for maybe. Okay. Well, anyway, the only human I think. So. The only human in the group. Tad is 5'4" and over at a table, having a very encouraging discussion with another group of travelers. Her armor is far too big for her, as is her sword, and she almost always has a weird smile on her face. It's great. It's great.
I'm just trying to. What do people feel when they see her weird smile?
I feel like it's confusion most of the time. Like, are you being nice to me, or are you broken inside? Is there some? Are you going to jump me in the night?
Perfect. So as you are waiting, gathering, having your shard of clay,
Shard of clay, yes.
Shard of clay. Thank you. I was adding an extra N in there that wasn't part of the word. Whatever other beverages you are choosing to imbibe, and then the tavern is kind of a middling level tavern in terms of quality. It's it's that right point between price and quality, where there's not too many backroom deals happening, but people are going to not pay you too much of attention, especially adventurers. It's the sort of a place a group of quality adventurers like Clique would want to find themselves. And you've been given information on a person who you're going to be meeting with. Sort of handed to you. They were described as a kind of average-looking kind of human woman. They were saying like she'll probably be wearing a hood. Try not to give too much attention to her in the public. She will have a clasp on her that is the sigil of Pelennor. Paler. I'm like adding extra letters again. She will kind of short cropped, dark brown hair, darker skin, and kind of stout will be the description of her. And this person matching the description will come in shortly afterwards and kind of look around sort of hesitantly. You can kind of see just a bit of her through the very big hood that she's wearing, because hoods are for sneaking. And she makes her way to the back table, sort of spying the not-so-subtle Honora, the subtle Honora and the not-so-subtle Lyra, who is wantonly signing her name on things at this point.
I would like to sneak over to her.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your stealth.
Just scare
And
her
I'll
out.
provide the distractions.
All right. Where is in Roll20 my roll gonna show up?
It'll show up in the chat window. So when you just click the skill on your character sheet, it'll just pop right up with all your bonuses. It does the math for you. For those who don't know, we are using Roll20. Does the math for you. Should be its
I see. I'm
catchphrase.
getting I got the pop-up, the
Yes.
advantage pop-up. There we go. Oh, that was not my best.
But
roll.
you did
9.
have, in this case, what was the distraction that you were trying to provide, Honora?
Oh, well, seeing Nora tried to leave, I would probably try to just call a bunch of attention to myself, or maybe over there. I would do that. I'd be like, oh, darling, there you are! I didn't see you there. We must. Come on, come here, please.
Go ahead and roll again, Honora, for advantage. See if you can do any better. As Lyra is striding her way across the inn, and the person just very clearly is like, oh no. Oh, no, what's
There we
happening?
go. That was much better.
Much better. You sort
Wow.
of start striking your way out across the room, and then you just sort of end up underneath Lyra's skirts, I imagine, and you use that and kind of like sneak around behind her. So at this point, Lyra, you are face to face with the woman who you were told you were meeting. You were given the name Elaine, and Honora, you managed to kind of just sneak around behind her, and so you're essentially just standing right behind her. She doesn't notice. Maybe we should go to the back corner.
Of course. Let's go.
You are very clearly drawing a lot of attention to you.
Yeah, that's what Lyra does.
How we roll.
Yeah.
I was warned about this. Okay. She will take a deep breath and follow you to the back table. Tad, Lulu, Honora, what do you do?
When I see that happening? No, I'm kidding.
Yes, you see that
Yes,
happening.
you do. Okay, I will join them. I will pardon myself from the table that I am at, and I will tromp over with my really loud armor.
I hear her with her loud armor just like clunk, 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 like walking over there. So like I turn around and I see all the noise and I see all three of these people just kind of going over to a corner. I'm like, oh honey, I want to be in that. I get up, I take my shard of clay and I start waltzing my way over there.
Since Honora was theoretically undetected, she attempts to make it look like she was always at that table waiting.
So do you pass behind her, tap her on what would probably be like the lower back or maybe like upper back, and then just walk back around as she does the...
What?
I swear there's someone behind me. Oh, where did you come from?
Some people say they're dreams, but I don't believe them.
Right. Yes. Okay.
That was really good. Good job.
She sort of sits down and kind of looks around and like pulls her hood back a little bit, but she definitely has this air of someone who is concerned, like she's worried about being there in public almost. Okay. Hi. I think all of you were given a little bit of information about at least meeting with me and that I have a job for you.
Jobs. We like jobs. What kind of job? An adventuring sort of job or a musical kind of job?
Mostly
Good for both.
Mostly adventuring, although your particular fame as right click will certainly be advantageous, I think, in this situation. Let me give you a little bit more information. My name is Elaine. I am a cleric of Paylor, and I have been working in the Baron's household, and you would know of the local Baron enough to know that there is a local Baron. You are in kind of the smaller walled city. And he doesn't have a particularly great reputation. He's sort of one of those known for parties more than he's known for caring for the people. And I may have gotten in a bit of trouble on that front.
Oh, no.
I may have brought it upon myself, but he did deserve it. And as you sort of give her this look of, are you trying to get her to tell more?
Oh, yes. Tell us more. Tell us everything, honey.
Oh, yes, yes.
We're here for you.
She sort of
Tell us all the dirt.
does this like awkward, like, the more you know, maybe the more trouble you'll be in if you...
Oh, honey, you need to loosen up. And I'm just going to go ahead and just take my glass of shard of clay and just start like feeding it to her and be like, honey, you need to loosen up.
No, that's not human. Nope, can't drink that.
I see what's going on, and I slide my beer over.
She sort of looks at it and thanks you for it and downs a good slug of beer. I appreciate the offer of the shard and clay. It looks lovely.
It's a good vintage.
No, it's great. It does wonders for the skin.
It's all
And then you
about
see me like
inside
flash
out.
my scales a little bit.
Clearly, it gives such a lovely shine.
Thank you.
Well, so the Baron Jared, he's an asshole, among other issues. His wife and I may have had some conversations to the effect of some of the less than pleasant things he has been doing, and I may have given him, rather than his usual daily medicine, a case of the boils in sensitive places.
Very well done.
She just sort of, like, looks visibly upset. She's like, Paylor may not have agreed with this, but I think it was the right course of action.
Oh, look at Paylor things. I think it's brilliant. Good job.
Yeah, you did a great job. That's fantastic. I love seeing justice served.
He had it coming.
He did, and unfortunately he now has it coming for me. So I think it might be best, in fact I know it's best, that I make my way quietly and discreetly out of Calamut and back to my sister's home over in Saalaksin. She is, well, I'm the youngest of my family, and she owns the estate there. They'll ensure that nothing happens. And then I will find a new job somewhere else with a less distasteful employer.
Do you play any instruments?
I am very good at supporting people emotionally.
That's not an
physically.
instrument.
It is backing vocals, maybe.
We could work with that, right?
Okay.
That could
Right,
work.
guys?
Yeah.
We can work with that.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah,
Someone
yeah.
who takes justice in their own hands like this, perfect fit.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect fit.
Mm-hmm.
You might say the right fit.
Oh.
So you're willing to escort me over and provide some discreet protection from here to Saloon?
We won't be discreet, but your involvement can be made unobtrusive.
It seems like a good idea. There's actually a festival happening in Saalaksin soon that would make perfect sense for a incredibly talented group of performers such as yourself to be at.
Perfect. Now, what did you say that you did for the Baron?
Well, I was the resident healer for the
Oh,
court.
that pays pretty well, doesn't it?
Is Tad giving her a very
Yeah.
interesting smile?
Clara's kind of leaning back. I like where your head's at, Tad.
The mere
got
mention
you.
of gold, just like you
Yeah.
see like my teeth just show and just like this really just like smile that's like like, ooh, gold. I love gold. Like you don't know if I'm disgusted or excited.
Certainly, I would be able to pay you. In fact, my sister would be able to provide additional sums upon my safe arrival, her being the head of the family's estate and all. I only have a certain amount on myself right now, but more would definitely be available.
How much are we
Okay.
talking?
I should like to insight check this.
Yes, go ahead, roll an insight check.
Oh, it's a 10. It's probably good.
10. You think she's being legit, that you would also know that she is a cleric, and clerics would get paid, but a lot of what they would get paid in is kind of potentially donations to the church, to kind of her patron, as well as like room and board, and sort of keep, so her actual like daily funds wouldn't be outstandingly high. You haven't heard, she hasn't told you anything about her family other than it's her sister, so unless you ask her more questions about that, you wouldn't necessarily be able to ascertain. But it doesn't sound like she's lying.
Okay.
Tad, do you want to give me a persuasion?
Yes. Do I ever? Okay.
So, it's not great. You don't creep her out too much, but you don't really provide her any solid reasoning why you should be super compensated. Would say 100 gold pieces for the 4 of you prior to arrival, and then an additional 100 when I get to my sister's estate. Sound fair?
I would like to lean in and intimidate.
Please
Not
do.
doing, just creep smile. Wait her
How
out.
else do you intimidate her besides just creepily smiling at her?
Silence.
Yeah, and I think the rest of us would know this tactic to just be quiet.
Yeah, we're just like stone still.
All right, go ahead and roll it. Okay. She steels herself for a moment. Perhaps 100 now, that's all I have, and 200 on arrival.
I'm okay with
100
that.
to cover your expenses getting me there.
What type of shoes is she wearing right now?
Pretty plain boots. She is not a shoe person. They're muddy.
They're muddy
yeah.
shoes.
She's
Does she
got,
have like a watch?
No, probably the most that you can
Family
see, the
crest.
most like fancy thing on her would be her like cleric's kind of sigil brooch.
Okay, all right. I'll carry on.
Yeah, she's actually probably disappointingly plain.
Uh,
Like even her hair's a little frizzy. Like she hasn't tried. It's like up in a very no nonsense bun.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
If she wants to be unobtrusive, that's a good strategy.
Yeah.
yep.
So she
You
looks
gotta fit in with the
so
band, so we're gonna have to do makeover.
Yeah, like we're at to clean this up even for a roadie. I mean,
So she's gonna kind of. Do you start saying that out loud? Like we're gonna.
we're gonna it's like.
Oh, honey.
I do take some notes, on my little clipboard. Once I know what the budget is, just start.
Just like I'm just kind of standing there, just looking at her up and down. Like you see, like my big old like dragon eyelashes, just like.
And a couple of points like.
So much
thinking-
work. So much
what are you
work. So
thinking
much
here?
work.
I'd like to turn to Lulu at this moment and say, do you think it can be done? Can you work your magic?
Honey, anything's possible if you believe.
Okay, I believe.
Okay. Write that down.
So we should probably leave.
Did we get this young lady's name?
Soon? Yes, Elaine.
Elaine.
She gave you her first name, Elaine. We should probably be leaving sooner rather than later. The longer I'm here, the more likely it is that the Baron is going to put out a call for my capture, and hopefully not just my head.
Okay, so first things first. I'd like to take the pin she's wearing that clearly states she's the cleric off of her.
You reach
Throw
out,
it
she's like,
across the room. It's not you anymore, honey. It's gone.
You're in hiding.
This is the
Can I
first step
keep
of
it?
many. You're gonna thank us later.
can't I just keep it in a pocket?
Would you want to keep a signet from an asshole?
Let me. I would like to
My
prove
patron
to her.
god!
Oh, I thought it was different segment. Sorry. Clerics work.
Oops.
Hey, Nora, can you go get the pin for her?
Yeah,
She's like halfway
I'll
across.
look after that. That's yeah.
Just like slip it into her pocket, and she's like, "How did this get here?"
Let's take her up to our rooms, get her dressed, and then we'll hit the road.
Sounds good.
Excellent. So she will head back up with you, a little hesitant. She tries to explain to Tad what being a cleric is, a little bit more about, she is a holy religious healer. She sort of notes your weaponry and be like, if, for example, someone stabbed you, I would heal that.
But no one ever stabs me.
Right. Of course.
Yeah.
We played
Right.
a pretty good crowd.
Yeah.
We only the best clubs.
Yeah.
High quality performances. And you will know as a group while you are figuring out how to get there that you kind of have two major options. You're on a coastal town right now, sort of a small walled city. There are docks, and you would know that you have two options. You can either traverse kind of around, essentially, it's an inland sea, so kind of around one of the points of it, go overland the entire way. You could hire horses, buy horses. You could get a carriage of some kind. You have enough funds that it would basically you would be using the 100 gold to cover your expenses, and that should give you enough for most of the things you would need, unless you're like, I would like a palanquin, and the answer to that will probably be no. You get half of a palanquin and no one to carry it. And the other option is you could hire a boat. I guess you could also buy a boat, but that would be a little bit more perilous. Take a small portion of it oversea, which would be shorter, and then the last little bit overland. So you as a group can decide amongst yourself which route you would prefer to take. She will also point out that there will be some risk leaving the city, and that will probably need to be done discreetly in some way.
Ugh, discretion. Garbage.
I have a great song to sing if we go on a ship.
You're right. Discretion is garbage. I like it. I feel like taking a caravan type thing would be a bad idea. A carriage might be bad because I feel like that just screams attack us. Though that is, sorry.
You will still have a small portion overland, but it will be much shorter.
What's the weather like right now? If we're leaving tonight, what time of year is it? Or is it a bad idea to go on boat?
I like the way you think.
It's springtime, so it's not terrible weather right now. If you if you want to ask around, you would, if you spend a little bit of time. So we'll kind of figure out everything you guys want to do, but you can go ask around amongst the sailors at the docks. And some of them will give you very much like, yes, the red sky. It is a dangerous omen. And he's like wearing red tinted glasses. And then others will be able to give you a little bit more concrete information that it is springtime, so it is kind of unpredictable weather right now, but they seem to think that it will be fairly, tonight it will be fairly calm. You are looking for passage on a shorter notice, so it'll be a little bit more expensive or require a little bit more negotiation to convince someone, but it is still pretty doable. There's some risk, but it's not like oh my god, your ship's gonna die.
All right, what do you guys want to do? Anybody
ship.
afraid of water? Anybody can't swim?
No. I mean, I can't really float that well, but I mean, I can do it.
It's just a shame to cut us off from our audiences like that. Boats are, it's limiting for our exposure. And, if the goal is plausible deniability, that we had appearances as a band and everybody
the way you
saw
think.
us operating
And this is our new
normally.
band member. I mean, when Lulu is done with her, unrecognizable.
Completely.
Yeah. So I agree with you. Let's do horses. Let's go by land. Let's erect a huge banner.
Yes.
Saying we are who we are and travel across with
door.
no, exactly. With no hesitation. That's it. I like the way you think. Let's do it.
So you have decided that you are going not just over land, but you are going loudly over land.
Loudly over land.
Loudly
Okay,
over
yeah.
land.
Yeah.
So it sounds
Loud
like
and proud.
someone needs to get some horses. Someone else needs to get a banner, and someone's doing the makeover. Is there anything else that you need to do in preparation for your departure?
Yes. Does anybody have instruments? Because we kind of went by the seat of our pants last time. So
I will happily say that you have all since acquired at least one instrument since the last mission, so you can add that into your character sheet if you would like.
Okay. Amazing.
I won't necessarily say that you're proficient in the instrument, but you have
no,
it.
not at all. Amazing. Okay.
So, Tad, what is your instrument?
I have drumsticks that I bang on my armor.
Okay, so it's just drumsticks.
Yeah, that's it. It's just drumsticks. Yep. But they're fancy looking. Boy, do they look expensive.
She invested a lot of money in those drumsticks.
Yeah,
Perfect.
and has no rhythm whatsoever.
Lyra, what's your instrument?
Instrument of choice would be like a guitar.
Okay.
Definitely.
A guitar. Acoustic or magic electric?
I don't think she has thaumaturgy, so it'd have to just be acoustic until she can get thaumaturgy.
I would say, it'd probably be, you might be able to have one where you can go to places that would be able to amplify it for you.
Yes.
But for like small tavern performances, you probably need an acoustic.
Yeah. No, it's acoustic guitar. Very beautiful. Like a nice Martin.
Nice. Honora.
Nora's strength is really her acrobatic skills. So she's got like body attached like chimes and stuff. So she can kind of keep. So she can replace the rhythm when Tad kind of loses it a little bit. You know, if you kind of picture like Morris dancers, I think have some like chimes or bells on them. That's kind of what.
Love it.
So it's dance and rhythm.
I like it. And Lulu, are you just vocals or are you?
Lulu can do vocals, but she also likes to go with the flow. So she has a cowbell.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna just write all these.
And then she like sometimes she just plays it. She just walks around like shaking her little dragon hips, like.
Yep. It's perfect. And then of course we do the death chanting vocals where we're like, and then the slam poetry.
Yep.
Yes.
Again,
slam poetry.
You transcend genre.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
And
sometimes she throws screamo in there. She brings out her like super deep voice. Yeah.
There's fire.
There's just fire, and she's like, basically.
I am dragonborn.
Sometimes you accidentally spit acid on the ground.
Yep, totally.
Dragonborn.
Yeah. No, that's Lulu, 100%.
Perfect.
Timeless.
Okay. So you anything else then? So then let's do the makeover.
Yes,
Lulu, you are in
makeover.
charge of the makeover for Elaine. Is anyone else helping?
Not I.
I will help.
Punches her in the face. Makeover.
You look different.
Yeah, I imagine Lyra would probably be best served using persuasion to get good deals on things. So.
Okay. Excellent. So, Honora, how are you going to make over Honora and Lulu? I should say, how are you two making over Elaine? What are you doing to her?
Oh, first off, she needs a bath because she is rank.
You say that to her face?
Yeah, absolutely, 110%.
Excuse me,
You smell of something fierce.
I think it's called incense.
Incense?
bathe
What?
regularly.
Oh, hold on a second.
Do you just go over and sniff her? Like,
Oh, she can smell her from there, probably.
Yeah, I just my big old nostril is just like
Elaine crosses her arms.
choking on the air. All right.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay, honey. She'll take good care of you.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're upstairs, right? We're in one of the
You're
rooms.
in your rooms.
Okay, fantastic. I'm gonna go ahead and start a bath for her. Yeah.
And look, it's partially about stealth, right? If they send dogs after you, you don't want to smell like you.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That is a good point.
You can't smell like that. No. No. The water's taking way too long to heat up, so I'm just gonna use a little fire breath, heat it up a bit.
So I think we need to hide you in plain sight.
So you use your burning hands and just put your hands in the water.
Shh. You start seeing the steam come up. Oh, that's the good stuff. There's like some lavender on the shelf. Just gonna like.
No hood, then, if...
No hood. In fact, I think, now I don't know if you've seen our work, but our aesthetic does trend a little bit towards glitter, and the best way to hide is behind glitter. It reflects, it changes the shape of things, and so once you're bathed, we're going to give you a glitter
Glam over.
Yeah, a glam over. Yeah.
How do you maintain this look on the road?
Well, it's,
That's
dedication.
a problem for tomorrow, you.
Yeah.
We're gonna work on today, you.
Right. So no hood, and so she takes off her cloak, and kind of underneath she's got very basic, like sort of almost like long culottes. They're like split trousers basically, so she can be more mobile in them, but they're very demure. Kind of a tunic that's belted at the waist. Just sort of a like a shirt with rolled up sleeves underneath, and all of it's in pretty neutral fabrics. But you like feel the quality of it, and it's good quality, like it's good wool and good cotton, but very clearly a practical person. And her hair is just like not styled at all, this sort of very short cropped, like kind of pixie cut almost, but like she did it herself.
Oh my.
So,
well, if you're concerned
glitter.
about maintaining a look on the road, I was initially thinking wig, but maybe we should just go with like a pixie cut, like really short. Yeah,
I mean,
like a little
throw
spiky.
A little bit of gel in there.
Yes.
Wake up, go. Yes. Yes, we're definitely gonna do that. All right, we're gonna go find you anything. You can go ahead. You can go ahead and go wash all of that off of you. Just go, please. Just go. And I'm just like
She
holding
like
my
pulls
nose.
the screen
Just,
over
please,
and
just go.
bathes herself disgruntledly in the
I'm gonna
lavender
use my
bath.
disguise kit.
Hot water, hot.
All right, so
I
all
think
right.
I got her
hit my
hair
disguise
cut wrong.
kit, and I got a 14 for
Okay.
making some alterations to her clothing, maybe tossing in a piece or two from our to-go kit, our kind of road accessories, etc. I don't want to destroy her clothing, but it's going to be a lot more sparkly when I'm done with it.
You start sewing sequins onto it. Do you like change the cuts of any of it? Like, do you just like take the sleeves off of the tunic shirt?
Yeah, I cut the sleeves and then reattach them with some cords, so it's like it's like
Unrecognizable.
structural.
This definitely needs to
totally.
be crop top, so I'm just gonna like take my big old dragon nail and just like cut the bottom part of her shirt off. Just like, oh yeah, that's good stuff.
She's gonna hate us, guys. She's gonna hate us.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna look so fierce.
All
All the gnomes will want her, all of them.
She's only ever been after gnomes, clearly.
Yeah, she's a gnome kind of girl.
Anything else you're going to do? So you use disguise kit. If you want to go ahead and give me Lulu, what would be best? Besides, actually, I think you're kind of using some of your knowledge for this. So let's. Like, I've got to actually pull up a list of skills, because I never remember them. Let's do. Oh, what's a good intelligence check for this? I'll take investigation.
Investigation. All right,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Ooh.
That sounds odd, but I'm thinking of it as like unfortunately, you did not have advantage. So wow, with a nat 1 and a nat 20, we always take the one on the left first. Yeah, you're not super up on all of the latest trends.
No, I'm not.
But you are aware of what your aesthetic is and what the band's aesthetic is. So you alter her clothing, and you kind of style her hair. I think I originally said it was in a bun, but we'll go with now you guys give her the pixie cut, and she sort of sits there as you remove most of the hair from her head. And it's different. Whether
That is the goal.
she is fully unrecognizable or not is questionable.
That means we need more glitter. I go
Yeah.
back into the disguise kit, get more eyeliner and more glitter.
More eyeliner,
Anything
more
could
glitter.
be fixed with more glitter.
Is your disguise
Note
kit?
that like Enora's totally she is totally hypocritical about this because she's been all stealthy, so she's like in all black except for the glitter that's bled onto her from the makeover.
Yes.
Fine. You look at this. See, now you have cheekbones that they're like reversed now. We're changing the reflection of your skull. No one will recognize you.
Oh my gosh, you were doing such a good job with this glitter. I look at her and I see the sun.
She sort of looks at
Nora
herself.
is genuinely flattered that you think this is a good job. You may have noticed over the course of the last couple of weeks that she's really into your aesthetic with the black dragon scale kind of thing. So she's just
And then I'm just over here. I'm just like, no, well, thank you. Can her hair be like, after we cut it, it turns out she's got like 12 different cowlicks. So because her pixie cut is like not really a pixie cut, so she's just got like everything just everywhere, and it's
100%. She's got like that sort of that thick dark hair. Very much the like if you tried to bleach it, it would take like 3 different times to bleach it. And so it's just like a swirling.
Can we try to bleach it?
Cowlick. Do you try to bleach her hair?
We should change her
Maybe
hair
with that
color.
nat one.
I want to
you
give her frosted tips.
yes.
Can I give her frosted tips? Yes, queen. What do I have to roll?
I will. Oh shoot! There used to be like an art skill. I think this would be a sleight
Animal
of
handling.
animal handling. I guess she's animal to you. I would either say a sleight of hand for just being able to do it, or I guess because you're handling like chemicals, we'll take medicine.
I can help with sleight of hand. Maybe.
Yeah.
If you would like to assist her with the sleight of hand, you can roll with the advantage. So I'll take the 14 as you are being assisted. So excellent. Between the two of you, you cut her hair horribly because that was part of the original disguise, and then you sort of stand there, I assume, counseling among each other. You're like, how do we fix this? How do we fix this?
Yeah.
Frosted tips. And you find some bleach among the bathroom cleaning supplies of the inn. Honora like goes skipping around into the janitor's closet and just like paints the tips of her hair of this very short cowlick mess that she's got going on. And, you don't burn her flesh. And she ends up with some slightly sort of orangey tinged, yellowy tinged, but pretty much frosted tips. And she looks at herself in the mirror and just sort of sighs and nods her head.
You look amazing. You look so good. You guys did such a good job.
Thank you
I'm
so
so
much.
proud of you. You don't even look like you did 5 minutes ago. This is great. This is so gonna work. This is gonna work.
Yes,
We need a stage name.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh.
Alanis, like Elaine.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, I like what you did there.
Alanis, maybe? Or is that too close? That might be too
Alanis
close.
sounds good.
Alanis is good.
All right.
Okay.
I can dig it. I
Hidden
can dig
in plain sight.
Yes.
So while this makeover was happening, Todd, did you go with Lyra to assist with the acquiring of goods and services for travel?
I would like to go get horses, yes,
Okay.
and panties, extra underwear.
We definitely need extra panties.
Yeah, always have to have extra underwear.
Idea.
Do we
So,
go to the place with the lacy ones for distractions or practical?
Obviously, Lacey.
Okay.
Obviously, Lacey.
We needed them last time, so just gonna hope for the best.
So you head out to the market,
Yes.
find the horse, one of the horse sellers. There are a few of them, and begin your negotiations. They'll kind of offer you a base price, depending on whether or not you would assume that flat out buying them is probably not going to work. So you'll need to come, like, there's some people who have kind of agreements with other cities where you can essentially rent horses and then return them. But they normally, like, have these weird contracts that involve signing your name away in magic and things like that. So you'll basically be told that if you want to outright buy a horse, it'll be 50 gold per horse.
That's not
and
gonna
they
work.
kind of, you look at the horses and you're like, they're not like the best horses, but if you want the best horses, there'll be more. So the horse monger.
Do I look like a base rate to you?
I'm sorry, I think I'm already offering you an incredible discount. You're trying to buy horses. You can rent them.
While Tad's doing that, Lyra's
today.
going to start playing a song in the back
Okay.
for it.
Is
For
this
at least a minute.
Is this your song of inspiration?
I could inspire her. I could also try to do an enthralling performance for this person.
Oh, that'll work too. Whatever you want to do. I'm about to intimidate. So you can enthrall, I'll intimidate, whatever works.
Please give. What does your enthralling performance look like?
They have to listen for 1 minute to a performance that I do. Then they do I believe it is a wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving throws equal to my spell save DC, which is 14. And if they fail it, they are enthralled by me and want to help me and defend me in any way they can for an hour.
Wonderful.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. You could even have him like take the horses back for us.
Yeah.
I like this.
So you begin this performance. What is your performance?
So I'm just pulling out the guitar and I start playing just sort of this melody of like a song of a traveler and doing the thing of like where I'm kind of walking along and it's looking like I'm not really paying attention, but then start playing more as I know that the shopkeeper's listening. And that's when I start doing more of the enthralling performance to try to bring him in.
Okay. So you sort of drifting past playing your guitar, and the shopkeeper like keeps trying to talk to Tad and explain like how their rates work, and like, so we have the rental rates for this type of horse, and it's like this big ass chart about like this horse is this price, and it's all very upfront, but they keep trying to do that weird upgrade, like, do you want to upgrade to an economy, like you're getting the economy horse package, do you want to get the premium horse package? It's like going to the car rental. And Tad, you are drumming on yourself?
No, not actually. Not actually. No, but I would like to say you are doing a great job right now trying to upsell me with all these horses and these upgrades, but it's just not going to work for me. I know you can do better. And I would like to intimidate.
How are you being intimidating? Because that was a very pleasant thing that you just said.
It was a very pleasant thing, but my smile is really creepy. Also, I am in armor that is much too big for me. He thinks I could have stolen it, for God's sake, and I have a sword that's bigger than I am.
Do you just sort of casually, like, go back to grab the sword handle? Just, like, not to pull it out, but just kind of, like, hold it?
No, Tad doesn't half-ass anything. I will just, like, take the sword out and let it just, like, go cronk, and then I'll just, like, put my hand on it, and I'll just be like, I know you can do better.
That is an intimidate. Go ahead and roll intimidate.
Okay. Bam! Oh.
With the 10. And what's the DC on the wisdom save?
14.
He did not succeed.
Damn it.
As he sort of like flinches a little bit when the sword goes into the ground, and he just suddenly has this very dead-eye stare.
Oh, yes, perfect.
Looking past Tad and at Lyra.
I bet I think I've done this, don't I? Yeah, I'm sure I do. I'm like, Lyra's dead.
Yeah, Lyra's going to drift up and put her arm on Tad's shoulder. Like, you did so good. And
how may I help you today?
So you're going to give us your best horses.
Yes.
For free. For free. And all your money.
Like,
all
flinches a little bit.
Look, you know who we are. You know we'll return them. Well, you know we'll take the best care of them.
Yes.
In fact, Clique came and you just gave us your horses because you love the band so much. And now for the next hour, you're going to go around town telling everyone how amazing Clique is and how they need to go see our show.
As you say all of this, he just sort of nods and nods.
Yes.
And he's like,
Free
I will give you
advertising.
a free economy super plus supreme package of horses.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Perfect.
that is what I will do. And he sort of walks to the back and hands you the keys to the horse, and then like leads around, like tells someone to lead around some horses, and they're all saddled up. They've got like good riding gear on them. They look like they're ready to go, well fed and watered. I will let you describe your horse when you acquire them. And so you now have 5 horses. I guess 4 horses and a pony.
Yeah.
Or do you
Yeah,
specify
right.
that?
4 horses and a pony. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because otherwise you'll get 5 horses and an
Yeah, no.
to ride a horse. That does not.
That would not be an enjoyable experience. However,
And
you
I
know
would-
what we should do? We should absolutely stress all of the members of the band, including Alanis, who you saw
Yes.
perform 2 weeks ago.
Yes. Definitely spread some rumors about Atlantis
Yes.
being part of
Yes.
the band for quite a while.
2 weeks now.
Weeks.
Yeah.
So
and
as
actually,
you're piling on more things, he does seem to be getting a little bit more confused about exactly what is happening.
Shit.
Okay.
So he will be
I-
spreading rumors, but you're not 100% sure what those rumors are going to be.
Damn it.
Before we leave, Lyra's going to pull out one of those many spare sets of panties that we have and walk around with now. And she's going to hand it to him and be like, remember, you got those off of Alanis at our last show.
He takes the panties, really confused now, and sort of nods as you, I presume at this point, lead away the 4 horses and pony back towards your inn. They also have some some amount of feed with them, not enough for the entire trip, but pretty good for a few days. And leave the stall with this very bemused horsemonger, that's totally the name, holding a pair of panties.
Yes, perfect. I would like to return back to the party with, look who got us free horses.
And I assume that when Honora sees you, you guys have a bag of panties that you bought. And she is just like so proud of you guys. Like, you're so prepared. I'm thankful for you ladies. This is a really fulfilling group. I think we can take on anything.
We can and we will.
As long as we have enough panties.
Yep.
Exactly.
Nice. Do any of the underwear, could I possibly fit into any of these?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right,
Yes.
cool. So I see a really cute red lacy pair. Can I take those and just put them on over my jeans?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yes. I'm going to do that.
New aesthetic.
You're just starting a new trend. And this is probably right when Elaine walks out and you exclaim that she looks completely different with
Perfect.
her frosted tips and what I assume is glitter contouring.
Exactly.
It's like glitter where you would normally contour.
Exactly.
She almost looks like an
Galantor.
ASMR. It's brilliant.
And you probably spent some portion of the money on actually things that you had to pay for, which were supplies and rations. And so we'll kind of presume you have enough food and for about 10 days. You think the trip will take about that long, so that's kind of your estimate. So you're pretty prepared on that front. And a plethora of lacy panties, some changes of clothes, and kind of your basic adventuring accoutrement that you are prepared to head out with.
Don't forget the banner.
And
the
yes,
banner.
the banner. What does the banner look like?
Black, silver, huge banner. That
Glitter.
basically had tons of glitter.
Tons
It
of
trails glitter. Yep.
It looks like something
it
that
flaps
you...
in the breeze and glitter flies by. People are
Like-
miles down the road. What the fuck is glitter? Yeah.
Lisa Frank looking, just color
Yes.
everywhere. Yes.
Yeah, I like it.
So it's black and glitter lettering.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Black and glitter, and it just says your name kind of in large.
Yeah.
Right
click.
click, and then spring tour, whatever the year is. I don't know if they have years.
Yes.
This year. Year 1.
Year 1. The best year. So you have a banner, you have your supplies, and you have your free horses. How much do you say about how you acquired the horses in front of the Cleric of Paylor?
Oh. No, we told them who we were, and they just gave us the horses. They just gave us these horses. They love us and our band.
It's so hard being such a big deal.
I know.
It is.
But it's great,
anyway,
too.
Let's hit the road.
Yeah, let's do this. Alanis, are you ready?
Quite look like she believes you, but she's not going to press it right now. Yes.
Beggars can't be choosers, Alanis.
We should go. And she sort of gathers up her things and like slings her bag over her shoulder, which she's like stuffed her old cloak into, and whatever remnants of her clothes you let her keep.
No. Alanis.
Yeah, no, nothing of your old life.
It's not just the look. It's the walk. It's how you carry yourself.
Yeah,
Right.
you don't carry your things anymore.
So they go on the horse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I just need, some of these things need to make it back to my sister.
They go in the trunk, the roadie trunk.
I would like to roll something for that.
Go ahead and roll insight. Anyone who wants to.
Okay. Tad.
She needs stuff in her bag, needs to go back to her sister.
Fine, all right.
She is not lying about that.
Okay.
Stuff in her bag still needs to go back to her sister. She's not lying about that. It might be
what's in the
important
bag?
stuff. She just said
There's something in that bag.
things in this like need to get back to my sister.
Can I inspect the bag?
Do you try and like get into it?
Heck yeah.
She will try and she will like as you approach it, she's like no, and sort of like moves it around herself.
All right. I'm glaring really hard right now.
It's
Did
better.
you steal from the Baron?
No, of course not.
Why won't you let us see into your bag?
Because the more you know, the more danger you'll be in.
Okay, but here's the thing. We are escorting a fugitive. We are already in beheading territory. So if you don't level with us,
What?
we're not taking you.
I'm barely a fugitive.
You can put your glitter ass outside.
Go ahead and roll me an intimidate.
All right.
Threatened her.
That I'm good at. That I can do. I never put my sword away, by the way.
So with a 15, no, you're still holding your sword out. I didn't steal anything from the Baron, but I was given documents that the Baron would not like to get into someone else's hands.
Whew, are you blackmailing him now?
I won't be.
Your sister will be.
Yes,
So
possibly.
I'm thinking we need a lot more than 200.
It's not so much blackmail as it is hopefully going to lead into some sort of actual arrest.
Of the Baron?
Yes.
Tell me more.
Well, I don't.
If there's something I love more than gold, it's gossip. Spill. What did the Baron do?
Mostly tax evasion. It's not that interesting.
That is very interesting. How much money?
is the Baron evading in taxes? It's like, I haven't thoroughly looked at these documents, but they do need to make it to my sister. My family is one of the larger branches of law enforcement for this area of the continent.
Okay.
That's a fact that
Yeah.
I did not know.
Do you say this out loud?
Yes, I do.
This is interesting.
Well,
We
you
sold
never-
horses.
You never asked. Mostly we deal with noble families as she sort of looks at you and doesn't mention the horses again.
Yeah. We're not noble folks, so we don't have to worry about it. Okay, it's fine.
No, we get
I'm okay
what
with-
rich people like, though. Completely.
Clearly, I am the youngest, and I chose to go into the clergy. My sister runs the estate and most of the family, and they're the best people to get this information to. She'll be able to use it to stop the Baron from being as awful as he is.
Okay, Alanis, Elaine, whatever. I just need to be really honest with you right now. We might have to do some things that are a little questionable to get you to safety. I want to make sure that we're not going to get screwed at the end of this.
Is this the beheading that you're talking about?
No, I mean, we could get beheaded if we're caught because you're a fugitive.
More
So what I was saying
Yes.
is, what's worse than death? You know, you can't tell us any new information that wouldn't get us beheaded already anyway. So
I understand that you may need to take drastic and potentially violent actions. Have worked with warriors before. As long as you're not, wantonly torturing people and try and reserve violence as not the first resort, then I don't think there'll be any reason for me to tell my family or my sister or any of them what you have done, other than be truly heroic and bring me to safety.
I like the sound of that. Okay, it sounds like we have an understanding. Are we all good? I would like to look at
we're good.
Lulu for a second. Just kind of have a moment, like we may need to watch out for this person. Okay, that's it. I don't know if I'm
See a little
conveying
steam
that
come out of my
message.
nostrils, like
to try,
affirmative, like
okay, all right, all right.
Sort of watches this glance pass between you and is like, any other questions you have for me?
How well do you ride?
I'm competent.
Perfect. We're going now.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Come on.
all right.
Okay.
Walk with confidence. Head up.
She attempts to strut, emulating those of her around, those of you around her. So you head over to the stables where you have parked your horses. Get up on your horses, and it's later in the evening. You've spent most of the day in your preparations. Did you have any particular plans on how you were going to attempt to leave the city? Through the front gates, through the back gates, through the climbing over the walls? You've got horses, so probably difficult.
Through the front gate? I mean,
well, I think,
no reason
whichever
to
is like the most convenient to us, because we're not trying to hide the fact that we're leaving. So whichever would be the most direct route out of the city.
Okay, so you will say that one is the front gate, the main gate to the city. They all have normally 4 or so guards kind of on duty. There's postings on various towers around the walls around the city. It is fairly monitored, but mostly if you are leaving the city, unless they have a reason to stop you, they probably won't.
Okay.
So as you ride up on your horses, go ahead and describe to me what your horses look like. Or your pony. Tad, what is your horse?
Can mine have white spots?
Yes.
Okay, tan with white spots. That's all I care about, and maybe like a white face in here, kind of like stuck its nuzzle in like ice cream or something. I'm into that.
So
I'm
dear.
into that.
So
I love
dear.
it.
Okay, tan horse,
And
white
glitter.
spots.
I've covered it in glitter.
Glitter.
Yeah.
Let's see. My horse is going to be like titanium white, and she's gonna have this like almost like Super Saiyan hair. She's equally as fabulous as I am, so she's got like this really spiked up mane, like all the way from like the front of her head to the back.
Like mohawks?
And then yeah, almost like a mohawk.
Okay,
Like
okay.
my horse
Nice.
has a mohawk. Yeah.
into
Like
that.
they sheared the manes like pretty short, so it sticks up.
Yeah, basically. So she looks like she's large and in charge, and then she's got like lightning bolts etched like into her side. So she's like not like etched like in a bad way, but
Just,
like
like,
it's a
Shaved.
shaved.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she's got like shaved lightning bolts like in her back thigh area. She looks like a badass.
I love it.
Nice. I think Lyra would be on a black horse that she covered with silver glitter. And she calls it Starlight.
Can I name the horse Carl?
Okay, so Carl, Starlight.
And Nora's pony, which fine, it's ponytail. It's
Did
got
you
a
ask
little.
them for a horse?
No, I didn't specifically ask for a horse. The pony is fine. It's black, but there's some non-standard coloration in the rear area. might even look like a spare pair of panties. I don't know. It's like it might have happened when she had extra bleach on her hands. It's not entirely clear, but
I love this.
Okay.
But otherwise, Nora's fine riding the pony. It gives her a different perspective on the crowds.
Elaine picked, therefore, the plain horse or the plainer horse that was just brown, with maybe little black socks, because it's cute.
Can we cover it in glitter? Because you can't have it be
I
too
think
plain.
you definitely do cover
right.
it in glitter.
Okay, good.
So
you have to fit in.
Do you have your banner unfurled?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I would like to be throwing some panties out of our huge panty bag as we leave, saying, thank you. What's the town's name again?
Calanut.
Kellet.
Thank you, Callet. You've been amazing. And that's just what I want to be doing in my oversized armor, like just kind of like.
Very clearly drawing attention to yourself. Excellent.
And
Yeah,
I will
absolutely.
start a fake argument with Alanis rather loudly. Like, Alanis, I just wish you didn't draw so much attention on stage. You're upstaging our front women. And you're talented, but as a band, these last couple weeks have been tough. These last couple of weeks.
She has that moment where she's at first really confused and then is like, oh, yes, I am really sorry to have caused so many problems for you. But I am so great. I should be the front person.
You are right. You are really great. And your cheekbones are amazing. But
So amazing. The most amazing cheekbones.
Excellent. I have a quick question about your enthralling performance.
Yes.
Once the performance is done, what happens?
Let's see. They idolize me. Let's see.
Oh, fuck. Urge.
It doesn't say what happens after it ends.
Oh, no.
Well,
Cool.
Yeah.
Then I get to decide is what that means.
No.
yeah, I can't use it again until I finish a short rest.
Okay.
I probably have.
You have all definitely had a short rest as you are heading out. You're traveling at sunset because presumably at sunset you have all learned is when the glitter is most affected by the light, as that low, soft sunlight streams right over the city wall, casting long shadows and striking off of your bedazzled faces and ponies and horses, casting shimmering spectral light in all directions as you loudly and forcefully clop your way through the streets on your 4 horses and your pony, making your way through the town to the nearest city gate, at the front of the city gate. There, they are starting to close the gate, as they do at sunset, because that is when cities open and close their gates, is sunrise and sunset. And the guards, 2 guards turn and look at you, and they sort of seem to be talking amongst themselves. They,
I
however,
recognized them from the show the other night. It's great.
they, however, don't seem to be paying any attention to anyone in particular, and they sort of stand as you approach the gate. One of them sort of stands back, and the other one, she kind of looks at you. Right click?
Yes. You know us? Would you like some autographs?
As you say, you know, as she looks at your banner and looks back at you.
Oh. Oh.
I have a report.
Oh.
When did you acquire these horses?
A fan gave them to us.
Yeah.
Right, and that fan would be?
I don't
A
know.
horse dealer.
Yeah. He works at the Hertz Rent-A-Horse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hertz
Hertz, yes.
Rent-A-Horse.
Hertz rents a horse.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Hertz,
Uh-huh.
He's a big
He-
fan.
Yeah.
big fan, gave you these horses.
Yes, he
Yes.
did.
Yeah.
And I presume you gifted him money in return?
No.
No?
He just told us to take him to the next town.
Yeah.
I heard he hates money.
We had an incident in another town where we tried to give someone money in exchange for a gift, and they were so deeply offended.
They
Yeah.
were humongously offended.
Yeah,
was-
we're
I
not
would
trying
like
to offend anybody here.
all of you to roll me a deception.
Okay.
So bad.
Ooh, 19.
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, at least you're the one doing the talking. So.
I like that Lulu and Nora were very successful at this. Lyra and this isn't even split. Interesting. Okay, Lyra and Tad less so. The guard kind of looks back at their partner and kind of looks at you. Look, Mr. Hertz here came complaining that he had 4 horses and 1 pony, matching the descriptions, despite with although with less glitter of these particular horses, which unfortunately puts the 5 of you under some suspicion for having taken these horses without explicit permission.
He gave them to us.
So if
He
you
told us we could take them there.
I'm sorry.
That's not a lie.
Excuse
yeah.
me?
Yeah. Rude.
Where's he at? You need to bring him over here right now. This is not okay.
Is Lulu standing up on the horse?
He gave these horses to
Do
us
we look
for
like
free.
we could steal horses from someone?
yes,
I mean, we're only using them to get to the next town, and then they're going to be worth
Look.
so much more because we'll have ridden them.
if you
I
could
mean,
just
all of our fans are going to want these horses.
okay,
Where's he
okay.
at? Oh, where's my
Please,
knife?
please calm yourself down. And like at this point, like you're kind of loud and very glittery, and there seems to be a small amount of a crowd forming around what's going on. Like if you can just wait here, please, while I go inside and get my supervisor, and we'll bring Mr. Hertz here, and I'm sure we can just get all of this sorted out.
It sounds like
Supervisor.
Mr. Hertz gave the horses and then felt badly about it and then did take backsies. That is
Just
not
not
the
cool.
law, is
Just
it?
wait here for a minute,
That's
please.
so not cool
and
to take backsies.
the head guard goes inside the guard tower, and the
We
other guard just
we have to
kinda
write a
like,
song about this. Can we just start performing impromptu a song called Take
Yes.
Backsies?
Yes.
Yes, you may.
Okay.
What are you trying to achieve by performing this song called
that
Take
the
Back
crowd
Seats?
loves us and
Yeah, to
will
get the
riot
crowd-
if they don't give us these horses.
Yeah.
So you are trying to sway the crowd. Excellent.
Yes, yes.
How are you all going about participating in this performance piece?
Well, I have my guitar, of course.
Okay.
It's always strapped to my back.
All right, I'm gonna. Yep, exactly.
Yep.
I'm gonna bang my armor and do poetry. Take backsies. Brutal. Not cool. Yeah, that kind of thing. Somebody
Take
else chime in.
backsies,
Help me.
breaking
Yeah, there
my
we go.
heart. Take backsies, driving us apart,
Apart.
breaking my
Take
heart.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Take.
Can't take back my heart.
And then there's some timing.
No, this is perfect. All right, excellent. Everyone roll a performance. Unless you're being particularly acrobatic for some reason, then you could roll
Oh my
acrobatic.
god! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Wow.
Musical RPG.
Okay.
I got a crit fail. That's terrible. That's probably
It's not gonna be our best performance.
You are not.
happy for leaving.
You are not a band that is known for your improvisation. With a 9, a 5, a 9, a 12, and a 7.
The horse
Tad
is
is
disturbed.
surprisingly the most rhythmic, probably because Tad is the most passionate in this situation. There are varying levels of rhythm, but it's just, you need to workshop this song a little bit more. They're just the heart it's missing something, but it does. The crowd does not gather or really cheer for you. In fact, the crowd kind of disperses and thins out a bit. So there aren't really people watching you anymore. And the guard, he was there, the assistant, the woman is still trying to get someone on her talking stone. And the guard, he's like, just let me go. And he like sidles into the building. And so you are left alone briefly.
Well, they left. Should we go?
The gate is, however, closed in front of you.
I don't think I have any spells that would do anything.
Can I like sneak over? So I look at the group, like, the easy way or the legal way?
Do you have to ask?
Elaine
my
just
guard?
turns around and is like playing on wait, what did you give her? What was her instrument?
Oh, I have an extra lute and a pan flute, so she could have either.
She has the pan flute. She's just doesn't know how to play it, so she's just going doo 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 doo, and she is not looking at any of you very clearly.
I am gonna go and attempt to sneak over to the gate.
Okay. Because of their performance, roll with advantage. So roll again.
Okay.
Please.
We are suffering from Wheatonism right now.
Okay.
There we go.
That is somewhat passable. 16
So
is
you
passable.
sort of slip awkwardly off the pony, and then you start walking much less awkwardly over. You sneak around, and you head over to the side where you can find the gate mechanism. It involves like basically trailing in just after the guard as he kind of goes up the stairs a little bit. He seems to have gone all the way up to the second floor, which is where the leader was. But you see a mechanism that's on the first floor that you can get to as you sneak in. There doesn't appear to be anyone there. Normally, it's just like a small room with a lever in it. And unfortunately for this, it's probably going to be athletics to pull the lever on the gate.
Let's give that a shot.
You got this! Oh, you don't have this.
Oh no!
So Nora, like, goes to. She's not the strongest in the world, so she grabs the lever. She looks very confident, grabs it, and then just and ends up in kind of her feet are dangling.
Yes,
off
her
the
feet are
lever.
like kicking in the air.
On the outside, you see the gate go just ever so slightly.
Tad, she might need your help.
Oh,
Can I just
well,
start throwing my body at
should
the
I
gate?
get? Yeah, should I
You
get
can.
off the horse?
You have
then?
spells that would probably melt it slightly too. But yeah, if the two of you want to make a strength athletics check, you can also like help hoist the gate up from the inside with Anara like unlocking the lever.
That.
Go ahead, both of you. Okay, 15 and 12. Between the three of you, Anara, on the inside, you feel the gate start to give a little bit, and so now you're sort of able, like, you get, like, your feet up a little on the side, and you
like wall crawling down, like
leverage it. The gate goes grrr, and grinds up enough to the point that, Anara, you can kind of get it and lock it in place. The gate is open. The crowd is dispersed. Anara, you hear the sound of, like, footsteps coming down the stairs.
Oh, cheese it. Do we have a sound, like a secret call for the group? Like,
No, but just do one. Yeah, just do a bird call.
Yeah.
You hear from inside the tower a bird-like sound.
Do I need to roll for that to figure out if that like is something that I
think at this point you've done situations like this enough.
Yeah.
It might take Tad a moment.
Go. Okay, I would like to get right back onto my horse. The gate is open. We're holding it open.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
You realize you don't need to hold it open anymore. You guys book it back onto your horses and just like smack them, and you are galloping away
Out of there.
As you ride your mighty steeds.
Yeah.
Throw a pair of panties in the wind to leave behind.
You turn around, you look back, the underwear catches the air, and like the guard just comes down the stairs and goes, "Hey, wait, we didn't!" And then just smacks her in the face. Just like,
yes.
I think that's where we'll pause for our break.
Just all in unison.
I think we need a bag of holding that's nothing but panties.
I will say you have that. I think at this point have an unlimited supply of underwear.
Oh, Yes, okay.
It may not be like permanent underwear, like they're all sort of illusions, and they sort of like their aesthetic, and they're just like really crappy underwear. But their aesthetic is that like they maintain a short period of time that they're.
I'm into this.
Oh my gosh, I might have to make this magic item tonight.
The bag of spare undies. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, but before we do that, I'm going to read out the donations that came through in our first half. Thank you so much, everybody who has supported us in continuing to create tabletop roleplay games for you. It's wonderful. This is everything I wanted and more. I'm so glad when you're like, I'm going to get him to give us the horses. Yes. Yes, you are. Today is 4/13. Okay. Our first donation that came through is from Pumpkin One with $14.28 for Carl. Carl has been renewed. William _DW with 13 and 37. It's so right that the Clique is back.
I like that.
Grinny Weasley with $5. Can't stay because my internet is being trashed, but I wanted to show you guys some love and wish you all the best of luck. Looking forward to catching this when it hits YouTube. Thank you, Grinny. Thank you so much. Diana Moona with $5.38. It's so refreshing to see a bunch of ladies having fun and being funny. We're super funny. Y'all are talented and wonderful, and I'm so glad that this is more than a one-shot. Also, welcome to the fray, Frisk. # one of us.
Yay!
Welcome. Love it. Dotton with $10. I seem to have tuned into a fashion stream. I'm surprisingly okay with this. Makeover montage. Actually, not even a montage, just an actual makeover.
Yep.
It's important. The details are key. Deceptive Mirror with $20. Play that funky music, right click. Play that funky music, right. Thank you, Deceptive Mirror. And Fractal Eye with $50. Take backsies. Less than 3. Right click. Less than 3. Oh, he's a doggo. Oh, he's a doggo. Thank you so much, everybody. We're going to take a quick break to refresh ourselves, use facilities, drink some water, eat some food. You should do the same. Take care of your bodies. In the meantime, enjoy some fan art that we'll be playing. Check out our Patreon and go follow all of these lovely people over on social media. We'll be right back.
Bye.